My friend Michelle, she gives us these morning messages on this app, Marco Polo, and, today's message was like, we've been indoors for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Like, no matter what we go through, like, there's always a morning part of it. And, like, even in my life right now, it's a lot going on, with the family and, things like that. Like, it's just a bunch of mess, you know what I mean? But there's always a morning to look forward to, like, whether it's in one aspect, whether it's in that same aspect that might look like a mess right now, but it's actually going to be, a blessing in the future, or, we don't know what is going to happen. That's really, that's the whole, people think the project is a mess, but, look at the blessing that came out of it. Hey, what's up, everybody? You are tuned into another episode of Parables from the Project. This is Mia, a.k.a. Nene from Pink Houses.
This is Gordy, OG, gorgeous Gordy from Brownsville. Never ran, never will. What up, baby?
What up?
65,
right,
baby, like a moose.
Yeah, so we are at episode 4 of season 2. Man, that means we got
episode 4, season 2, baby. Time to do an extra set of push-ups, baby.
You know what I'm saying? That means this is the 13th in all episode. So we come a long way since our, sample episodes, huh?
Yeah, we came a long way, girl. We came a long way. We got special guests.
You know what I'm saying?
We got 37 followers. We about to blow.
We did events in 2 cities, you know what I'm saying? So, we kind of coast to coast.
Coast to coast. Coast to coast. We did 2 cities, word.
Yeah,
we international. Yo, son, we did 2 hospitals. We international.
I know. We say right in the
We international.
We're international with it, though. You know what I'm saying? Almost going to Ghana for the year of return. Okay, so for this portion of what's going on, I'm going to insert a throwback version of it because I never got to talk about when I won a special prize. So we're going to insert a throwback, what's going on here.
What's up, everybody? This is our podcast live from Brooklyn and L.A. at the same time in the same rhyme, man.
We're going to do our what's going on.
Yeah, let's do our what's going on. Check it. What's going on with Pops is that, today was a hard day. Woo-wee. Yo, and I'm going to tell y'all something, right? So my story, y'all know my story. I'm a director of facilities now, but a dude came in the building today, and, let me tell you something about a little sleep, a little slumber, a little phone hands to rest, and let me tell you something about how not to take time off of your dreams and your responsibilities. So let's say I can get to work at 8, but today I tried to take an extra hour of sleep. I said, fuck it, I could go in at 9. It's Thursday. Ain't nothing happened. Somebody going to be at the school. Boom, I get in all types of trouble. Listen to what happened to last night. And even with the fact that my phone rang last night, I didn't hear it, and I always hear my phone. And it'd be right next to me while I'm sleeping. So, first of all, the security company had called me, and I didn't answer. So they must have sent the cops to the school. The cops didn't find nobody. But in the morning, a teacher came in when the kids were getting ready to come to the building. A homeless guy had snuck in the building and went to sleep in there, shitted in the classroom, doodled in the classroom.
What?
Yeah, and so I get a call. So they had to do a school lockdown. So I get a call while I'm in the house, just getting out the bed because I took an extra hour of sleep. And my boss is like, yo, where you at? I said, oh, shit, I'm late. I said, I'm late today. And then she said, it's a homeless man in the school and ain't nobody at the school, this and this, and hung up on me. Boom. So I got into all sorts of trouble all day today behind this shit not because I wasn't there. I got a checklist in place anyway. But the point was that on my mind, I was on my way to school, and I just took a little time to just say, later, let me get a little extra rest. Yo, if you're a director, if you got a responsibility for a lot of other people, you got to be the first one there no matter what. There's that, when you take that little time off is when shit can happen. So my day today is definitely a revelation. So that homeless guy definitely was he was like, I call it a sin from God, and that's why I'm telling the story, because it's another parable, because this guy, he could have been a terrorist or anything. He could have waited till kids got in and just held the school kids to start shooting people. He could have killed the lady that first found her, because it was a lady who opened the door, and the motherfucker was behind the door. In the classroom, in the school. Then we played a videotape back, and I left it, and the door didn't close behind when I came in the door at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock p.m., I go in to check the building to leave before I leave at 6:41. Check the building, but the door never closed behind me. It just looked like it closed. We watched the videotape from 6:41 to 1:48 a.m. in the morning, like 6:79. Like a 6-hour difference to this guy walking in. He must have just been a homeless dude walking by checking the door. Wow. So you see him, but we see all of it play out on the video. So I got in all types of trouble, but the moral of the story is, right, I was on my way to the meet because, you know, I own the building. So I take responsibility for all that. Long story short, man, my boss and them pulled me in the room. They went off a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I just sat there and ate it because I owned it because it was my responsibility for real. And because I knew what I did this morning. I knew it was me. Like, it wasn't like I just said, let me just take a little extra hour because I got it like that. But you ain't never got it like that in your business, man. Especially when you're responsible for a bunch of kids. Anyway, so I know that's crazy, but that's my day. And I'm just getting home from that shit. And I'm feeling like $1 million because after the meeting, you know, I still can see that, you know, I wasn't fired. But I still can see that she still had a little faith in me that I could bring it back together. So
right.
I don't feel I fell off. I ain't gonna let that one incident get me to think I'm falling off. But what I do think is I need to pay better attention. I need to get, you know, better attention what time I leave out of my house. Because traffic and everything, you'll never know. I live in Brooklyn, so I should leave an hour earlier than an hour earlier for both things because I'm a director. So they ain't paying you that much money to think you could take an extra wink of sleep. Like, they could pay somebody else that money. A little sleep, a little slumber. That's the first thing. When I got in all that trouble, that's what hit me in my head. That's what's reading the Bible. Yeah, that scripture. Now, I never knew that. I ain't say that scripture in 20 years. Now, I read Proverbs when I was coming home, and I used to be on the train, and that's in the Proverbs. A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding hands rest. That's probably the only thing I know in the whole Bible. But that came to me so quick. That's why people who talk about the Bible, it kind of be bugging me out because did you live the life already? I mean, did you read it and live it? Or did you just read it and try to dissect but did you get any revelation from it? Because I know you think the white man wrote it and all this. I know you think all this shit, we was tricked into believing that there's Christianity. I know you believe that. But did you try it? Because right now, you're an adult. You got kind of control over what you're thinking. So if somebody can trick you now, then what is that anyway? Okay, Mia, come on, what's going on? What's with you today, Mia? That's me. We're going to break down that story one of these episodes, but we're going to get into what happened to Mia today because same thing happened to Mia. So in another sense, this is how, Mia, we about to drop this beat. Because look, what you're about to tell these people, let me let you tell it.
Nah, for real.
Because you know what I'm saying, right? God is helping us in all ways. And all right, get drop your beat.
Man, God is all around us. I mean, you know what, too? Like, thankfully, my friend Michelle, she gives us these morning messages on this app, Marco Polo. And, you know, today's message was like, weeping endures for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Like, no matter what we go through, like, there's always a morning part of it. And, like, even in my life right now, it's a lot going on, you know, with the family and, you know, things like that. Like, it's just a bunch of mess, you know what I mean? But there's always a morning to look forward to, like, you know, whether it's in one aspect, whether it's in that same aspect that might look like a mess right now, but it's actually going to be, you know, a blessing in the future, or we don't know what is going to happen. That's really, that's the whole, people think the project is a mess, but, look at the blessing that came out of it. I was blessed, so in so many ways by project. You was blessed, having that upbringing. We've been indoors for a night, but, man, the morning is always coming. So basically, I've been having a rough week, myself, and, it's so funny because I never want to get out of bed. So basically today, last night I went to diverse representation. They had a mixer. I, went there and, by Jaya Thomas, was so happy to just be in the room. And she let me come be on her list. I was just happy to be in the room. I just wanted to support her. I hadn't made it to an event all year. I've been seeing her do amazing work. Diverse representation is about, making sure that people like actresses and talent know about people of color that are on the lawyer side, on the agent side, or the manager side, right? Because, a lot of people look at diversity on the screen, but, what about who's behind the scenes? So anyway, just to support that event, and I went yesterday, and I saw they had a contest. It was a social media contest, and, they said if whoever posts the most, it will win Final Draft, the new Final Draft software. So I'm like, okay, I'll play along. But, I wasn't really thinking that I would win. I was like, I'm just a guest, whatever. I'm not going to win this, whatever. But I was like, I'm going to tweet. I'm going to, do my best to try to win still. And then I got a message this morning, man, saying that, I had won the newest Final Draft software, man. And I was just in awe of God, because I'm so thankful that we've been, my dad said, Daddy, he was like, let's read the screenplay for 10 minutes a day. We had the screenplay since 2008. And we were just, recently, maybe 2 months ago or a month ago, we were like, we're going to read for 10 minutes a day, whenever we can. And we have been doing it, we've been doing it consistently, maybe not every single day, but we've been doing it, pretty much, we've been trying to keep up with it as much as we can. And so for God to drop this on me, I really wanted Final Draft, but I didn't even, write it down as a goal. I just knew it was something I wanted to have, but I knew it would be a big investment. So I wasn't even really, I knew I wanted it. It was a dream, to get Final Draft. I'm like, yo, that would be amazing, if I got that. And so, for him to just drop it on me, to drop it on us like that is, it's just a blessing.
That's crazy. That just crazy.
Yeah, so God is good.
Man. We wanted to hit y'all with some real true right now parables. We ain't in the projects no more, but parables happen all the time. You just gotta recognize, when stuff looks like it's a miracle, it's a miracle. I'm just saying. Some of y'all, it happens to y'all, but then y'all be like, y'all get cocky with it. Y'all be like, oh, I did that because, if I wouldn't have, yeah, all right.
So, yeah, man, all that to say, keep going, man.
Word.
You might think that, God doesn't see you perhaps, but, know that he does. And it just takes faith as small as a mustard seed. Like I said, I didn't put on my vision board Final Draft. I knew that it was something that I wanted, but I didn't post it up anywhere. I didn't, write it down. I told my friends that I write with, that I would love to have the software, but, I needed to, raise the money to do it. And God really came through on that. So yeah, he just showed us, man, mustard seed faith can go a long way. Okay, so, to update y'all, we're also going to do an updated what's going on. So, Pop, Beloved, what's going on in your world?
Check it out. It's all coming together. I heard Michael Eric Dyson speak about Jay-Z, the book, in my church, and he ripped the church. You got to understand, these are two, these are two different beliefs. And it all boils down to work. I'm going to tell y'all something, though. We do got to do some work. And I understand if we can't work, some of us can't work. But then the people who can't work, and I don't never knock nobody for not working, but this is my takeaway this week is if you can work, and if you mentally, and I'm not talking about, because I refused to work when I was a kid, and I just wanted to hustle and steal shit. But, you know what I'm saying, you grow up and you realize that if you got a dream, you got to work for it. And I'm only saying that because I'm saying even if you are able to work, sometimes you just can't find a job, or sometimes you just can't, or sometimes you can't get your life together. Your girl messing with you, or your daughter's there, or you don't got kids, or anything. You might have some mental issues, which now we understand, in that mental issues aren't controlled by drugs, which they've been pushing on us for all these years. So that's why I always tell people the revolution will not be televised, but it damn sure going to be on Facebook, Instagram, all the other social networks. So if you start looking through your networks, get some positive people, and they be posting some real shit stuff, Gabby. yo, for real though. And that's what I'm starting to experience, that, the revolution is happening. And y'all just ain't paying attention. But we're going to have to get up, and we got to do an extra set of push-ups. And if you ain't doing no push-ups, you're going to have to find some way to do some push-ups. Because it's about to get rough. All right, that's my takeaway, get stronger, because rough times come. And you're going to have to be strong mentally, physically, financially. So just get stronger. But you can start by doing whatever you can do, like a push-up or read a book or something. But get ready, because the challenge ain't going to be what you think it's. There ain't going to be a bunch of gunslingers. It's going to be how to think your way out of poverty. But go ahead, Mia. That's my what's going on now.
All right. Thankfully, I was in Georgia this past weekend, so I was on the East Coast time, and definitely was able to listen and watch on our app. Shout out to CCC. And I was like, wow, like, Pastor is interviewing Michael Eric Dyson, on Jay-Z, like, and this is service,
In the church, right.
I was saying, like, I love my church because, like, he'll do that, like, it's not like, it has to be a sermon. Like, this is, he basically did parables from the project, which, of course he did, an interview. But the way that, Michael Eric Dyson intellectualized the project, I don't know if that's a word, but he really, like,
listen,
he really
you're 100% right.
Yeah,
I understand what you're talking about.
So, I said a long time ago, me and my friend Christina Brown, shout out to her, she was like, yeah, you can have guests like Jay-Z, because, he always, talking about Marcy Projects and how he came from there, onto your show. And so, so I definitely want to, that's our goal, man. We want to have Jay-Z come on Parables from the Projects for sure. So I want to shout out my family in Georgia, who I know is listening. Shout out to my Aunt Gertie, the eldest, my cousin Butch, my cousin Tyrone, my cousin Brian, my cousin Stevie, and my cousin Pat. So, shout out to the fam. BJ, everybody, happy birthday to Noe. I got to celebrate her while I was down there too. And also congratulations to Second Lieutenant LaCroix, who just graduated from the Air Force. So my friend Corrine LaCroix went to Alabama, Montgomery, to I don't want to say it wrong, but I think it's Maxwell Air Force Base in Montgomery. She graduated from Officer Training School, so I want to give her a big shout out, man. She's out there doing big things, so I want to shout her out too. And that's what's going on with me. So as we continue, so as we proceed to give you what you need. You feel me?
Yo, Mia, what you know about that record? That record came out in the 70s, baby. That's an 80s joint, As we proceed to give you what you need.
You know what I'm saying? Remixed a couple. It was remixed a couple times. So I got the bad boy remix. But
word, Bad Boy's about to come back out, girl.
We proceed with our stories. Last time on the last episode, we spoke about Mickey and how my dad used to work at Mickey's Bar. I remember all of us, and especially my sister Janae, used to be like, "Can we go to Mickey's Bar? Can we go to Mickey's Bar?" Like,
they was oh my God, and Mickey's Bar is in Manhattan.
Right.
Like they sell alcohol. They sell alcohol, and my kids used to come in. Mickey, I used to say, "Yo, I got to bring my kids in," because it was games, right? Remember?
Yep, it was the arcade.
Yeah, I had mad games.
Yep, and we used to be in there during the day, right after church.
Up in the spot.
In there, right after
home base.
church.
Yeah, I was on home base. I remember. Wow, my kids.
Yep,
my
and
kids.
then opened up the home bar, and I do remember that being like a highlight. You know what I mean? Like we used to, always want to go to Mickey's bar. For sure, Janae. Like, can we go to Mickey's bar?
Yeah, Janae was like, it'd be 1 o'clock in the morning. She'd be like, let's do one more thing.
And before before Christ days, I remember. So there's always a story that my dad likes to tell when I was a kid, and I think that I got bored easily, and so one day
you did. You got bored easily.
So at Mickey's bar, the way I remember is that.
Yeah, well, what do you think you was doing though?
I don't know. I thought I was just helping somebody out.
Helping people. Yeah.
Flyers somewhere. I found flyers somewhere, and I started giving them out in front of the bar.
In front of the bar, and I looked out the window. Mickey had this big glass window, right? Right on 23rd Street, right on the corner of 23rd and 6th. Not on the corner. There's a couple of, like 3 stores in. But anyway, I looks out the window, and I see this little girl just handing out flyers to strangers on 23rd and 6th Avenue. You know how much stuff is on 23rd and 6th Avenue. But there go Mia. And I know the kids, what the other kids, ain't nobody say nothing because it was other kids.
Right, but they wasn't with me, right? Did they come outside?
No, you was by yourself. Right, you was by yourself outside. I think you was by yourself outside. I said, where the hell is Mia? And go outside and watch my kid. Yo, Mia, I wanted to kill Mia, word.
Wait, and then what? But I didn't even know what the flyers was for. Do you remember?
Right, because I don't think you read it or nothing. I think it was some sex shit, you know? That corner was popular for, all types of
like
people.
For a
and all
peep show or something like that.
That joint was crazy, word.
So, of course, I had no...
Like, Mia, you don't even know what the hell you giving out. You giving out flyers. Mia, do you know...
I was like 8 or 9 or something.
You was 8 or 9. But look, Mia, do you know we walked from there down to 14th Street. Do you know you grabbed, we got all the way down and you grabbed some flyers off the pole. I had to make you sick. You grabbed some more flyers that same day, babe. And we was like, no. And I was like, Mia, come here. I know you ain't just grabbing flyers off that pole. Did you just get in trouble for that? Because that was crazy. Mia, you was getting plucked and popped and Mia, Mia, but what you got the most was speeches.
Speeches, yeah, an hour-long speech.
They used to be mad at me because they knew, and I wouldn't really hit my kids, but they got them. They knew that if Mia did, they said, if Mia do something, they know I'm going to talk to Mia for 2 hours. Stand up straight. Put your hands down. If you're going to cry, smile when you cry. That shit was crazy. Mia, you was getting in trouble the whole way through, but you was the game maker. Give a shout out to Big Mia. We didn't, like, sometimes we didn't know what to do. Mia would be like, oh, let's do this. And we'd be like, suddenly that y'all wound up being the funniest thing in the world for all of us, man. It winds up being real funny, like, you always came through, because we was running out of stuff to do. Because when we got the Jeep, we was able to do everything. Then we was like, where we going now? Dang, I don't even know, y'all. You want movies? Y'all want to go to Great Adventure? Shoot, Great Adventure wasn't a plan. It was just like, let's go to Great Adventure.
Right. We just wanted
to we had money and a car. We was just out. Like, we had money in a car. Once we got, because we was out before when we was broke. We really did the street tree thing, man. I don't know, we got to talk about that, because we was on the trains, because we had to drop Kiana off, and we caught the bus to Kiana's house. We brought Kiana and TD, I think. I remember, we went to Flatbush on the bus, then took the bus from Flatbush before we started letting us hold a car. But where are we going with this? That is true. So we do got to talk about these things, but we got to get them in depth. We got to make them like a story, like so they could be in something.
It is a story. And really what it is the story of is that sometimes you think that kids won't get a lesson, you know what I mean, when you're telling it to them, but they will.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they definitely will. You're right.
They definitely
will. I always want to go back. I always want to go back and tell them house parents that kind of I've spent 3 years with or 2.5 years with that I use everything they told me to this day. You know what I'm saying? They called me the biggest liar, the biggest thief ever because I got away with a crime out there and they couldn't send me home because they couldn't convict me because nobody knew I did it. But they just knew I did it, you know what I mean? But there was no evidence. But anyway, so they always had a different eye on me. But like you just said, Mia, that's why I tell people, just tell the kids whatever, something good, and they're going to remember because I remember them house parents. And to hear you, and remember that live podcast we did in Brooklyn, to hear you, didn't hear India and Charisma say that? You know, Charisma and India said they never even knew I went to jail.
Until that
day at the podcast. But I wonder how she thought me and her mother was cool. But anyway, and her father. Huh?
They was kids. I said they was kids.
Yeah, you're right. They just was kids, right?
No, I think I knew.
Didn't really realize it. But I remember at a young age, I told you everything. I don't know if you remember that. I said, one thing I know I wasn't there again, but one thing I ain't going to never do is not tell you whatever. I told you stuff like that. Your mother didn't have to tell you. Nobody had to tell you from the street. But anyway, that's crazy. Yeah, man. You remember some shit and I was just.
I mean, that was good times, man. So, yeah, that was Mickey's Bar. That's when we were hanging out there. And when we were just running around the city on the train, borrowing cars, like doing what we had to do in order to make do. And so it was fun. So, you got to use what's in your hands sometimes.
What's in your hand?
Use what's in your hands and be creative, like.
Hey, yo, Mia, tell the truth. So you can't use the excuse, damn, I got 5 kids. Because I had 10 kids, wasn't even my kids, and I was taking the motherfuckers out. Now, I know I wasn't living with all 5 kids. That's going to be a struggle. But my point is this. You got to make a decision, And once you make a decision, God will take care of the rest. I know that's kind of hard to believe, and, people don't believe, but that's all I did. I just trust that if I take these kids to Manhattan, God's going to help me get back home with all these kids safely. I never doubted that.
For sure. Okay, so just real quick, what do you think you learned from college? And I don't know if you can talk about how that process came about and basically what you learned from it. Like, even just the process of getting into college real quick.
Dang, man, that story. Yo, Mia, I don't know how we don't got time for that. Well, let's start it. All right, we're going to start this story. So I get out of jail, right? Try to change my life, taking the kids out and stuff. My friend Mike Tyson, I got fired from a job, and Mike Tyson had a crib in Manhattan. So one time I got fired, from a job, and Mike was like, and I ran into him, he came to Brownsville, he probably was with Uwe, and they came pick me up or something we had rented me this apartment in Brooklyn. But anyway, hanging out with them, I said, yo, man, I lost my job. He said, you know what, man, moving my crib in Manhattan to this condo in Manhattan on 42nd on 40th Street and 2nd Avenue. I was living in this crazy penthouse. I mean, it wasn't a penthouse. It was on the 17th floor. But it was a crazy apartment, crazy condo. When he go to fight and stuff, I just kept the place clean or whatever, with packages or whatever. I didn't really do nothing. And I didn't get paid. Mike wasn't paying me then. So, but anyway, me and Mike used to hang out when he used to come in town. We used to hang out in front of the building. And, cat call. What up? How you doing? Mike, we just bugging out, joking in front of the building. People coming up to him, taking pictures. Yo, it's Mike Tyson. Can I take a picture? But, we just hanging out on the corner of his building, just chilling. And then this lady named Mary Grace walked by. Now, I didn't know Mary Grace. Mike, we didn't know her. Mike was just like, hey, how you doing? Started talking to her. Mike messing around, gets her number, whatever. We ain't paid no mind. We hanging out, chilling. We go our separate ways, meet back up. About a month later, Mike said, yo, Gordy, man, I'm dating that girl. You know what I'm saying? Mike said, yo, I'm dating that girl. I said, what girl? He said, the girl in front of the building, but she lives around the corner. So Mary Grace lives around the corner. So one day, long story short, we over the crib, right? We over the girl Mary Grace house, right? And Mike and her get ready to go shopping. So Mike said, yo, Gordy, just chill here. I'm going to take her shopping or whatever. I guess he wanted to, buy her expensive money. He wanted me to know he was going to take her Versace shopping. But anyway, so I stayed in the crib. But as I stayed in the crib, I cleaned up the whole crib. This is when I was coming home from shock and I was taking the kids out. And I was a changed dude at this point. So I'd already, anyway. So when they come back I had took apart the oven. I spot cleaned this crib. I think I told this story in one of the podcasts about that's how I got the job. Or maybe I didn't. The job at work I now is for 15 years. But anyway, let me get to the college. So when they get back, they was like, oh, Sweat, the crib is spotless. What the hell is going on? Where you got all the time? Because I was fast and anyway. So I say, Mary Grace, yo, man. I said, yo, Mike, I'm thinking about going to school. I got a GED. I want to go back to school, get a degree or whatever. Now, I don't even think I said degree. I just wanted to go back to school because I knew I'd never been. You know what I'm saying? Or I've been institutionalized my whole, since I was freaking 14. Anyway, that's not all since I was 14. It went in and out. Yeah. But, so look. So I just said that to Mary Grace. She didn't really even know me. So Mary Grace, the next time I saw Mary Grace, let's say another month go by, Mary Grace said, hey, man, I heard you wanted to go back to school. Because Mary Grace was into helping kids get into good schools. That was her job back then. She worked for student sponsorship or something like that. So anyway, so she must have had some friends. She said it's a SEEK program at Hunter College. You can apply. She gave me all the papers to fill out. All I did was fill the papers out, put my name on it, gave them back to her. I'm going to tell you, about a year or two later, I got to get these dates right, but about a year later, Mike goes to jail, and I get a letter from Hunter College saying that I've been accepted to Hunter College. The best letter I've ever got in my whole life. I think I sent my mother the letter. I think I told my moms I'm going to college. It was bananas. It was bananas for me to go to college. It was so bananas for a guy like me to be in a college. And I'm going to tell y'all, I didn't do good in college, but I did 3 years in college. I lived in a college dorm. I was bringing my kids up there. I was bringing my kids up there. I was broke. We was getting on the train. I was bringing my kids and the project kids to the door. I used to sit them around. I used to buy breakfast. I would go get like a large order of eggs, grits, two large orders of eggs, grits, and bacon or something. And I would bring them to the dorm, and they would get around my bed. I would make the bed like it was a table, and put plates out. We ate breakfast. Then we went and walked around the city. When I was in Hunter College, man, and it was the best experience of my life, man. I joined the track team while I was in there. I mean, I met so many people in there, and I was 20. I think I was 29. I was 28 or something like that. Mia, I'm telling you, one day we're going to sit down and talk about these dates, because I bet you these dates are biblical. I bet you these dates, I can almost guarantee you, if you think about the dates, it can almost be like...
Well, Jeremiah, let's say you was 29. If you want to go like that, Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to keep you safe and not harm you, plans to give you hope in the future. So.
Yeah, and it's probably way more. And then it could be that we need to make our own parables for real, like Proverbs.
For sure. Yeah, to teach the lesson. Yeah. But that's what parables from the project is.
Right.
It's the preview to that.
I'm telling you. But when people start connecting the dots, Mia. So you talking about the first time I went to school, but listen to this craziness. So now I work in the school for the last 15 years. I've raised it's kids that be talking about me. I've raised over 1,000 kids. It's kids that be coming to me now. They alumni that come back to the school that's in their last year of that's about to graduate out of college. That's telling me, Gordy, I'm getting ready to graduate out of college. And they was in the school in kindergarten, and they all remember how I messed with.
How you showed them you care.
Yeah. Listen.
It's major. We can't even. This is definitely going to have to be. We're definitely going to have to talk about this in the next episode too. So this is to be continued for sure.
Right. It's just like Jesus walking on water. You ain't believe it because you didn't live it. But I'm living that shit, and I don't even know. Who cares who don't believe it? You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no reason to lie about none of this.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, that's good. I mean, you inspired me because I remember that was, that had to be my first time on the college campus. And, from Hunter to Harvard.
That's crazy. And from Hunter to Harvard. Listen to this joint. I'm telling you, Mia. This shit is a rap song. This shit is a rap record. It's a.
Look, Jay-Z, you listening? So hold your neck.
Look, and it's a sad song. You know what I'm saying? Because I really left your mom's or your mom's left me, and I didn't. Yo, man, I was like mad at your mom, so I didn't take care of my kids. Then to get and then I didn't go to jail like God. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go to jail thinking, I'm going to get saved and start going to church, and I'm going to take the kids out when I get back home. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I went to jail in my mind, I thought I would tell you the truth. Something told me I wasn't going to never do crime again.
Mm.
The first, I'm telling you, when I went up north, I wish I could find the ID card because I think I was smiling. Like when they say turn left, turn right, turn front, you get your state ID number, 89-B, something, such and such. I wish I remember my numbers, too. I probably could find some pictures.
Right.
But
anyway. It's powerful, man. So definitely tune in next time because you guys are going to have to hear, what happened during school and after school because my dad joined a team. So our Parables from the Project Person of the Day, it can't be any other than Mary Grace. I think we just go ahead and dedicate this episode to Mary Grace because she has
I'm going to try to get her on next week just to say hi.
Mm-hmm. All right, bet. Let's do it.
Yep.
Let's do it. So thank you all for listening. Like we said, like we always say, make sure that you share this with 2 or 3 or even 100 friends. But yes, don't be afraid to share this link. Tweet us at Project Parables. Follow us at Mia_Hall19 on Instagram. And my dad is GorgeousGordy9 on Instagram. Take a screenshot when you're listening to the episode. Share it on your IG and Facebook stories. And, man, we're about to go into the holidays. So, Merry Christmas, y'all, and Happy Holidays.
Christmas.
Make sure that you tune in next week because we're going to be bringing you even more and a special holiday episode. We love y'all. Peace.
Love you. Peace.